Man, guys, thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
Lillian, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come before you and present to you guys. Again, my name is Amit Darji. I have a couple different businesses within the real estate side. I have my fix and flip side, which is Darji Investments. I'm a realtor as well, but I don't advertise that. I don't like doing it as much as Lillian does. And then I have my Darji Capital, which is our fund side as well. So we raise the money from there to do, like Brian, what you were saying, build our portfolio by using other people's money. So what we do is we partner up, and that's what we're going to go over today. We have 3 E's in our business, okay, on our model. It's education, empowerment, and then enrichment. Okay, so the first foundation, which is education, is what I like to really touch on, because a lot of people are coming into the business, may not have the knowledge or the information or the avenues to go down to position themselves to be successful, both by building your portfolio, leveraging your funds to get a good return, but also understanding how to evaluate a deal. So we're going to go through those things today. Guys, this is not me just up here like a teacher. So this is a Q&A type of scenario. If you have questions while I'm going through the slides, we're a small group, so raise your hand or just shout it out or whatever, and let's discuss. I don't want this to be just me presenting. Let's interact and let's have discussions. Just so you are aware, I purposely leave certain things out of the slides because I want to know who's thinking. Because after this presentation's over, you're going to get, I think, a 20-page booklet that I'm going to email to everybody that has every single step laid out. But I just want to interact with you guys. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure. Hey, bro, what's that last E you said? You said you had 3 E's? Education,
empowerment, enrichment. And I'm going to go over that in this as we go forward. So, again, thank you all for allowing me to be here. Many of you right now, some of you, are probably in 3 different phases. Either you're just getting started, you're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. Maybe you made some progress, but you don't know what the next steps look like. Or some of you are already crushing it, and you guys will be a help for me, helping others in this room. So that's going to be important, right? As I look back over where I started from, when I got into this space, I was already making $250,000. So my background is in pharmaceuticals, and I was doing generic drug development. When I was growing up, 6 figures was like, to us being a millionaire. Like, I don't come from much. My mom and dad immigrated from India. They did everything that they could possibly do. And my dad was never able to hit the 6-figure mark. Doesn't mean that he didn't provide us a good life. But I thought that was the status to have. So I worked my butt off. I did that. I was in pharmaceuticals for about 10 years. And while I felt like I had accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in my life, I can recall this one particular day. I was getting ready to go to work. And my general time is I leave the house by 5 o'clock. But this particular day, I must have been just tired, or whatever the case might have been. I woke up late. So I got myself together, and as I was heading out the door, my son comes up to me and he says, grabs my leg and he says, "Dad, am I going to see you today?" Obviously, laughing, he said, "Of course, why wouldn't you see me today?" And I, got in my car, left. Now, I had a 2.5 to 3 hour commute each way. I used to work in North Jersey, and with traffic and everything, it was just a long commute. And I used to manage a plant in Florida as well. So as I'm driving, thinking to myself, just laughing, like, why would he say something like that? It's so silly, right? Like, I'm a good dad. I'm around, I'm there. It's not like I'm not home every day. So as about an hour into my drive, I realized that my normal time that I left was 5 in the morning, and I didn't get home till about 9:30. So yes, I'm home every day. I go to bed every day in my home, but my children don't really see me until Saturday or Sunday. And even then, I'm sometimes traveling to Florida because I have to manage the projects down there. And so while I made great money doing it. I started realizing the fulfillment of what that money meant wasn't there. I wasn't spending time with my wife and my children. I was barely seeing my parents. They're getting older, obviously. My grandparents. And then in 2018 of July, I left. No cushion, no nothing. I left. I quit the industry. I gave my letter of resignation. They asked me to stay on 30 days to train the next person. Did that and left. I had never done a real estate deal. I had never closed a investment type of deal. Personally, I didn't know anything about it. But prior to that July, in February, a gentleman threw me a word called wholesaling. I'm sure some of you know it, and some of you probably do it. And that just kind of, bling, like this bell just started going off. Now, it took me a while to quit, as you can see, from February to July. But that was fear, okay? That was fear of not knowing, fear seeing all my generations work to be where they're at, working for somebody. So I stepped out, and it's the best thing I ever did. So if any of you guys are on that fence, the best advice I can give you is, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen if you take a chance, a leap of faith in yourself? You may not have all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted, but at least you'll never look back and say, what if? And so part of that process was learning a lot, the educational part. And that's what we're going to get into now. You have something to say, Ray? Oh, sorry. So I want to jump into that now. But again, Q&As, ask questions, guys. I want to make sure that you guys leave significantly informed. The point of this is to get you knowledgeable so that you can evaluate deals and start investing your funds. It doesn't have to be with me, it just has to anybody. But build your legacy, build your wealth. So again, private lending and joint ventures in real estate. So we're going to go over 10 key factors in the private lending sector. And they're broken down into 3 different phases. And we'll go through it as we see it.
Let me know if it's not working out.
I don't know if I turned it on.
Like that?
Yeah, it's hooked up. Yeah, it's. Can you just? Yeah, can you go? Perfect. So phase 1 is evaluating the deal and deal structure. I'm going to step back a little bit so you guys can see the screen. And if I'm in your way, please let me know. So one of the first criteria you want to look at is paying attention to the loan-to-value percentage. Now, I'm not going to read word for word here. This is just for you guys to look at while I'm talking. But there's 2 factors in your loan-to-value when you're doing funding in properties that need work, which is these 2 right here. You're going to have an as-is value. So obviously, we all know that the value of the property in a poor state is obviously less than what it will be when it's rehabbed or renovated. So that's the second value, the after repair value. And knowing these values is going to be important for you as you're analyzing deals. And we're going to go through an example, and I'll show you why and where that LTV is going to be important. Because it's all about protecting your money, right? If you're choosing to lend whatever you've worked for, saved up, whatever the case may be, if you're choosing to lend, you want to already safeguard that money coming in. So the loan to value is going to help you establish that. So hey, is this falling into my criteria of loan to value as to what I want to lend? And we're going to go over that criteria as well. So that's where this comes in, the investment outlook. So up to 80% of the as-is value, okay? So could you go to the next slide, please?
Yep.
So this is the example that I want to go in, right? So I just mentioned that you usually want to protect yourself up to 80% of the as-is value. So let's say the as-is value is $100,000 for this property that we're going to purchase. So if you take 80% of that, the max that you want to potentially lend is up to $80,000. Now there's also a rehab budget. What I like to do is I like to have skin in the game, right? Show you guys like, okay, if you're gonna invest, what's my stake? How am I going to put myself into this picture? So you wanna ask whoever the investor is, how much money are they putting up into the deal? Because if you put everything, if you funded this entire deal, if they asked for $100,000, if you funded that entire deal, what amount of money or skin in the game does the actual flipper have? What's that? None. So easily could walk away, right? They don't finish the project, puts you in jeopardy because now. Say that again?
They put most of their money up, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they put all their money. You guys put all your money into this deal. Contractor doesn't do what he's supposed to do. That in turn affects the investor who borrowed the money. That could potentially default. And we'll get into a little bit about that as we go along. So you have your as-is value, and then you're going to have your projected after repair value. So those of you who are already in real estate, buying, selling, wholesaling deals, this is an important number, okay? The after repair value. So how can you get that?
Comps.
You can get it from people. Say that again?
Comps.
Comps.
There you go.
Or I call Lillian or Raven.
That's
the best one.
That's the best thing I can give you, right, guys? Don't try to know. You don't have to know everything. You're not going to know everything, and you're not going to be great at everything. So utilize people around you who can help you solve those problems. I like to call them the power team. You know, your power team should have a lawyer, a CPA, contractors, real estate agents, all those different sectors of the business that's going to help you grow your business. So again, I agree with you, Gary. So you know, Raven, Lily, you're going to call them like, hey, I got this deal. Came from Darji Capital. They want to. This is the investment opportunity. Can you run the market analysis on this? What's the value of this property in its fixed up state? So thank you for that. I appreciate that. So that helps you now. Now look at this. So in the as-is condition, you're at 80% LTV, right? Loan to value. But now look at the LTV based on the after repair value. You're only at 57%. So let's say they get 80% of the work done. And then something happens, the contractor beats it, he goes off, then your investor can't finish the project because they're not construction knowledgeable. Project gets stuck at like 80% renovation. Now here's the nice thing. You're not gonna get the full value, right? Because it's not fully renovated. But even if you get 80% of this, you're guaranteed to be above 80,000, which you invested, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So now if you foreclose them, you get this property and you can recoup your money by listing it with an agent or working with another investor to get that property sold. This is all about protecting your money. There's nothing else to it. It's about your money. It's not anything about me. It's not about the investor that you're willing to work with. It's about your money. Always think of it that way. Lynn, can you?
As far as this example,
Mm-hmm.
that's not a deal to buy, right?
Well,
Like, that's not a good deal.
I mean, these are arbitrary numbers. I mean, if the renovation cost is at 20 G's, which is probably unlikely, I just made these numbers for
Yeah. Okay.
discussion purposes. But if it's here, right, then if I know my ARV is 57%, I'm buying that all day. Me as an investor, I'm buying that. Because look at because remember, I as an investor, as the flipper, I care about this value. Right? The rest, I start here and then I back up. So I'm reverse engineering the deal. Once I know, so just so you all know, Raven and I have done a deal. She sold to me 110 Thomas Ave, right? So that's what I do. So you brought me that deal. I looked at my ARV, right? What is it gonna? Because I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna fix it up. I'm not gonna leave it halfway. I'm in the business of fixing properties. So I figure this out by running market analysis, comparables or comps. Once I know that, I back out the purchase price, fees, whatever, and then my renovation cost. Now, renovation cost is, I don't want to say subjective, but there are sometimes hidden things that you're just not going to be able to predict. Like, for example, when I evaluated the deal that I did with Raven, we knew the roof was going to have to be replaced. So I budgeted for the roof. However, when the roofers tore the shingles off, all the sheathing was all in bad shape. So where I went from spending $5,000 on the roof, I spent $8,000 on the roof. So things like that you're just not going to be able to see, but you're going to have to build in those worst case scenarios. And we can go over that on the back end of this. If you guys want to talk more about how to look at those things, I can certainly help you guys out with that.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How often did the after repair value, how often do you get that exact number?
When I'm doing the analysis?
I mean, in I guess, in perspective of all of the deals, like at any time you make these numbers and you say this is the after repair value, do you always get that guaranteed number?
So it's never guaranteed, because in residential, when you're doing 1 to 4 units, it's all about sales comparable. So let's say, for example, we would all agree today that the market is hot, correct? Mm-hmm. So prices are peaking, they're constantly going up, so on and so forth. So I don't project ahead. Like, I don't look 6 months down the line, because I don't know what the future holds. I look at what has sold in the last 6 months, what actually closed. Okay, so if you look ahead, that's called projecting, and I wouldn't recommend it. That's pretty much what you do in stocks. Right? You project ahead as to what you think the stock is going to do. To protect yourself, your money, the deal, do not project ahead. What I do is this. I create 3 scenarios, okay? My worst case scenario is, let's say each and every one of you invested in the deal with me. My worst case scenario has to be that every single one of you get your money back. That's the word. I don't care if I spend 6 months, a year on the project. When that project is done, if I make $0, I'm happy with it, as long as every single one of you get your money back. That's number 1. So that's my first financial outlook that I do. Worst case.
To protect the borrowed money.
Yes, that's why you'll see a slide later on why I say this. So I always look to protect the investor's money. So if I know that this deal is too risky where I can't even make the worst case, I won't do the deal. Because I don't want to lose the money that you have made doing whatever, making a living, right? You work hard for your money. Then the second evaluation financially I do is my projected. This is what I expect this property, the after repair value, were to sell at. That's projection number 2. Then I have a projection number 3, which is called, I call it my grand slam, right? Like, I see, this is where I project. This is where I see, okay, this is what the market data looks like. This is where I potentially think I can get to. This would be great. I'm gonna make money with my second scenario. I know that. The third scenario is like, man, I'm gonna eat. Yeah, I'm gonna eat, right? Like, I'm gonna put a nice chunk in my bank account. And I always focus on the middle number, right? Like, this is what we as a business, this is what we predicted based on data, that this is what we're gonna be. Because it's data driven.
As a model, you can make that happen every time.
100%. If you are feeling emotional about the numbers, you did something wrong.
Yeah.
You should not feel emotional about the numbers. If you are attached to, I feel emotional with the grand slam. Why? Because, man, that'd be really nice if I can add another 50 G's in my bank account. That'd be real nice. But that's not data driven. That's just me projecting, looking at data some here and seeing what it potentially could do, because the market could go down. That's a reality. So if you project it here based on the project that you're going to complete it, 9 out of 10 times you'll hit that mark. Right? So again, using other people to help you build this until you learn your knowledge. And I have a...
Is there a minimum on that? Your percentage? Sorry.
Say that again?
Your loan to value percentage. Is it like, if it's not over 40%, I'm not taking it?
Yeah, what is the range?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all the way up to about 60. I'm anywhere between 50 to 65%. If I'm on the higher end, it can't need that much work. If it needs like full guts, I try not to go above 52%. I like to protect the funds and protect the investment, because I know even if the market corrects or goes down, if you look at it historically, so let's say this was the low 5 years ago, right? And right now we're obviously on an upward trend. The dip will not come down below the 5-year trend. So even though you dipped in the market, you're still positive. So now when I buy like worst case projects around 50% of the ARV value, even if the market dips, I'm still gonna make money. Not as much potentially, but I'm gonna get everybody's money back out and I'm gonna make money.
Why you say it don't dip below the 5-year?
That's just been what the data has been. The 08 crash was specifically related to real estate. That was like, everybody's waiting for this thing to happen. It's not gonna happen the way everybody thinks how 08 happened. Because
correct.
It's a hard resistance. It's a hard resistance. You're saying that, like, it ain't gonna touch.
Yeah, it ain't, because remember, do you guys understand what happened in 2008?
Too much.
Yeah, too many more. There you go. Too many subprime mortgages. So they were lending to people who who weren't even qualified.
No docs.
Literally, no docs, no nothing. None of these pre-approval processes, right, Lillian? You know, none of that. They were just 2-3 homes. They were approving them for, because they found this backhand loop in the by creating subprime mortgages that they could just lend out. And when the economy shifted, people couldn't afford it anymore, because they bought like 5, 6, 7, 8x what their capability was. People making 100 G's were buying like $1 million homes. That don't happen. I don't know any. I don't got no $1 million house. That's the change. But people are waiting for this massive crash to happen. No, it's not going to happen. Are we going to have a little plateau, a little slowdown potentially? But my data shows me that compared to December of 2021 to January, there's less inventory.
Where you get your, what website do you use for your historical data?
NAR. So you're gonna have to get that from Lillian. Because here's the thing, so the National Association of Realtors, what it stands for, they house and congregate all this data, right? So I just go on their website, pull up their data, look at it. You can look at it from a national perspective, and you can look at it from your current location where you are. It's a great tool, right? To utilize. I don't know of any other website. I'm sure there are other websites, Brian. I just don't know, because I am an agent, so I have access to it, so I just use it. Another one is Remine, REMINE. That's another website that'll give you data. And Lillian, can you think of anything else?
No,
or?
I mean those two. I mean, you can get all the info you need on those two.
So I know we're getting a little off topic.
Remine, spell it one more time. Is it like regular Remine?
Yeah, REMINE. I know we're getting a little off topic. I'm okay with that. That's perfectly fine as long as you guys have time. But yeah, again, so evaluating the deal, making sure you're protecting yourself for how much you're leveraging on that, on the fund side. That's going to be important. But again, going back to this data concept. So my investments are in Camden County, Gloucester County, Cumberland County, and now I picked up 2 in Salem. But people want to, like, when you flip a house, you want to know how quickly it's going to sell, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you want to know, like, man, how many days am I going to be on market with this house? Like, what's going to happen? And there's data that supports how long you should expect to be on market. So, for example, Camden County has the quickest sell dates. Days on DOM, days on market. Camden County has I think they have a 28-day DOM. Okay. After that, it's Gloucester Township. No, Gloucester County, excuse me. Then Cumberland, and then Salem. Okay? So now I know if I flip the house in Salem, and I know the average days on market is 45 days, well, I'm not going to complain at day 30. My data tells me that, around 45 days, I should expect an offer, go under contract, so on and so forth. So you want to let data drive what you're doing, and that goes with your private lending aspects as well. Do you guys have any questions on this before I move forward?
That information also from one of those websites too. Also, how long does it take for it to sell?
We can agent that NAR has that data, and then locally, if you're an agent, Bright MLS will have that data in there. If you click on financials in the MLS system, you can get it from there.
Batch leads is pretty good too. I like batch
Yeah.
Oh, they have that on there?
Yeah, you gotta pay, I think it's like $69 a month. Yeah,
Okay.
to get the MLS data. But I don't know if that stuff is about to shut down, being as though PropStream just shut down.
Yeah.
Well, they
So I don't
pushed
know.
everything towards batch, so they better be able to
PropStream
keep
shut
up.
Yeah, you can't get MLS data no
They
more.
didn't shut it down, but
Some places, right? Or is it the whole across the board you can't
I
get?
feel like it's across the board. I
Just
personally
the
hate
non-disclosure
PropStream,
states.
so
I don't
I'm
usually do
biased.
the non-disclosure states, they don't allow
Yeah.
sold or expired data anymore.
Mm.
I made a YouTube video about it, guys.
She sure did.
If you still want that data, there's another company called CoreLogic, CoreLogic, CoreLogic. They house, I think if I'm not mistaken, 98% of USA's every single real estate transaction. They are like your data. So like, you know, when people pull lists, how many of you heard of ListSource? That's where they get their, so ListSource is Craigslist, or not Craigslist, CoreLogic. CoreLogic, there's, if you call them, you can get niche list out of them. Yeah, so I was doing that for a little while. So yeah, you can, but you got to set up an account. I think it's like a 12-month subscription or something like that. But you can get some really neat niche lists out of there. So, any questions on this, guys? I can go for it. Okay. Second criteria, right? In phase one, evaluating the deal and the deal structure. Get first lien on property. Okay. So this is your lien position. So when you have a mortgage upon somebody, you want to make sure that you're in first position. What does that mean? It means, let's say you're funding the deal, and then Raven's going to fund the deal as well. If you're going to contribute the bulk of the money, you're going to have what's called a mortgage and a promissory note. You can do a personal guarantee with the borrower as well, but primarily you're going to have a mortgage and a promissory note. You want to make sure that the title company files those documents first. So let's say we close today. Your documents get filed today. Let's say Raven funded the deal as well in second position. She gave a little bit less. You want to make sure that the title company files her documents the next day. So now what happens is it hits the recorder's office in chronological order. So when yours gets recorded, it goes first. So what does that mean? It means it gives you the right in the event that the investor defaults. It gives you first priority to go after, sue, and foreclose this individual or company and get your money back out first. And then Raven would have to come after you to get her money if there's anything left over. That's how that would work. So this is not obviously, guys, to scare you in terms of lien positions. You can be, I've got other investors that are in second position and third position as well. But I obviously will evaluate the deal based on these metrics. So in this example, let's go through it. So we have a private loan amount of $50,000, okay? We know that the as-is value of the property is $100,000, all right? What was the up to number that we talked about?
80%.
There you go, 80%, okay? Keep that in mind. So the as-is loan to value, if you put 50% or 50,000 is 50%, right? It's half. So if we know that 80% is our max threshold, there's still 30% that can potentially be lended on. So let's say you invested the first 50,000, okay? So you got first lien position. And then Raven comes along and says, hey, Amit, I'll give you some funds as well. I see that there's a potential loan to value left over based on my 80% benchmark. So again, now the next person can come in and lend additional funds because there's still 30% of equity left over to invest into. So you can take a second position lien, charge a higher rate, okay? You know, I'm telling you things that, you know, I don't want to get charged high rates, but I'm telling you the right thing to do. Charge higher rates. Typically, first position lien, you're going to see it around anywhere between 7 to 10%. Okay? So when you're funding the deal, you're going to be around 7 to 10%. But if people coming in second position, 12, 14, charge points. Now I'll go over points. How many of you know what points are? Okay, so points are like fees. So 1 point equals 1%. They just in the mortgage industry they call it points.
You can buy points too, though.
Yeah, bingo. Yep, you can buy points. So if you're charging, let's say 3% on the deal, I say, hey Brian, I'll buy it right now for 2.5 or whatever the case may be. Right? I'll buy it back down or something.
It saves you in the long run.
Yeah. So you can buy, you can buy down points, but you don't want to do that if you're lending. Don't have somebody, because you're going to lose out on the funds, right? If you're charging a three points, take the 3 points.
Right.
So I would not negotiate it from your position.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have so here's the question. Knowing these numbers, is there an opportunity to invest in this deal?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. So you guys are getting these loan to value concepts. This is going to be important for you guys, okay? As you're going to evaluate deals. You can go to the next one. So we talked about this, right? Number 3 is a promissory note. So I'm not going to go over the definitions. You're going to get all this. So when you're looking at the deal in protection, right? You're going to have a mortgage. So a mortgage simply means that there's a loan upon this property. But the promissory note could be somebody else. So let's say the mortgage is under Raven, but Gary is the one promising that if Raven doesn't do what she's going to do, that I can come after Gary. So you want to make sure that along with the mortgage document. Go ahead.
But what did Gary had to do with that? He just promised.
He made a promise. So he made a legal promise. Okay. So essentially, Raven and Gary are friends.
Okay.
They're doing a deal together.
Okay, all right,
and she may not be able to put up the promise. So she says to Gary, hey Gary, look, I'll give you 10 G's on the back end once the deal is done if you'll promise on my behalf if something were to happen to me.
So what makes someone credible for to be able to guarantee the promise?
That's up to you to evaluate. So in terms of
us being bankable.
Okay.
For example,
Okay.
For us, that'd be that.
Okay.
Your number one factor, believe it or not, is going to be trust. You're going to have to develop that trust, right? Think about when you have new interactions with people. Do you automatically say, I trust you?
Say that one more time, Amit. You said trust?
Trust.
Okay, I want to hear that again.
Yeah.
You said trust, so I mean like consistency with one another. Me know I can count on you.
I'm assuming there's some backstory to what Gary said.
Me know I can count on you. Okay, all right.
No, guys. I mean, look. I'm just gonna be real with you. That's how people lend to me. People don't just lend because they trust me. Like I'll give you an example. I have my previous broker. Him and I are really good friends, and he's an outstanding real estate agent. That's his primary business. But on the backside, he invests his money. He buys hotel buildings and things like that. And when I came into this, I didn't have the capital to fund all the deals. So I brought him in and I showed him the deal. So the first 2 deals, he evaluated my term sheets, right? My entire presentation, what I call my pitch slide. I gave that to him. He looked at it. He was fine. He funded the deal. Then that following week, I got deal 3 and 4. So I'm like, hey, do you have funds to invest in these 2 deals? He texts me back and says, Amit, you have access to $2 to $3 million. Just go. Like, how many would you love to get a text back? I wasn't expecting that. I'm just being honest. I wasn't expecting that, right? But he's like, Amit, I trust you, just go. Now, within literally, if he gets the email now, and he can look at it in 30 seconds, I know I have his approval. Like he's gonna fund the deal. I don't have to, I still do my part in terms of the presentation, so he has that, what the deal looks like. He can always go back and refer to it. But I can't tell you the last time we've spent more than 30 seconds on him funding a deal, or at least saying yes and being ready. So trust is gonna be important in this game from a lending perspective and from my perspective as an investor who deal hunts.
I mean, not to cut you off, but this is, it ended.
That's okay. I got this one going. Don't worry about
Alright, you want me to like shut it off?
Yeah, you can shut it off. That's fine. Let me make sure on this one. Yep. So yeah, again, going back to it, trust is going to be important. So that's the promissory note. So you want to make sure you get that recorded. These aren't always required. They're not required actually at all. But I encourage you to make sure that it's in place to protect you. Right? This is all about protecting. I don't care if it's your best friend that you're lending to. This is the best way I can say it, not to be negative. Always think of the worst case situation. Worst case. Like in this meeting right now, you should be thinking about you asking me questions that should make me feel uncomfortable. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, right? You have to protect it. It's your money. Even though you trust the individual, it's your money. What if I die? What's the plan? My wife's not an investor. She don't go around flipping houses. She comes along with me here and there, but that's not her business. That's not what she focuses on. What happened, right? Do you guys know the strategy that's put in place to take care of that if something were to happen to me, right? So you want to ask those types of questions so you know what's going to happen with your money. You need help, Lillian?
I'm just trying to figure out how to turn it off.
I think there's a, right there on the left-hand side, there's a slider. Yeah. There should be camera and then in between is
I
off.
see off, but the light is still on.
That's okay, don't sweat it.
Okay.
Do you mind getting the
Yeah,
next
I
one?
got you. Get this over.
Any questions here, guys?
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I know you said you had a couple different companies. As far as the investors, do you use them to invest on different deals, or do they invest on like the structure of the investment strategy as a whole? Like they know, like
No. So great point. That's a great question. I do not raise capital as a whole. So I don't go out. I don't go out and raise money for my company. I do it per deal. Why? Because I get better financial accounting, right? Like if, let's just say this room gave me $1 million and you guys trusted me and gave me $1 million. Well, what deal am I investing in? I could take that $1 million and invest in 6 deals, right? If you're just investing in the company, you don't know what's going on inside the company. But the way I do it, at least right now, what's happening is it's growing, so that might change. Right now what I'm doing is you lend on a specific deal. So if tomorrow morning I get a property locked up, I'll set up my one-page teaser that has all the financials, the project outlook. I'll email it to everybody, and then once it's emailed, if you want to get involved, that's the project you're funding. You're not funding that project and then like you don't know what's going on with your money with all the other projects. Each project has, you can be on every project, but each project is supported by a mortgage and a promissory note for your protection.
So you're basically saying it's basically going along with one project at a time.
Yeah, I mean you can be in multiple projects at a time, but I do not take people's money.
You do it per.
I do it per deal. Yeah,
right.
because now I can give you accounting. If you ask me and say, hey Amit, can you give me an update on the deal? If you just gave me $1 million, I'm gonna tell you which deal. But if you know exactly what deal that money went into, oh yeah, here's the update, here's the sheet, here's what's going on, here's where we are in construction, here's what we're doing with permits. You have a full idea of what that project looks like. And it's supported by mortgage and a promissory note. So that's how I like to do it. There will come a time, it's starting to get there, where we're just raising money. The second phase, as what I'm seeing going to happen, is the money that we're generating, we're gonna start instituting in lending as well, like partnering with other people who are doing projects.
So if we were to invest in you, like on a specific deal, will the investors have any say so, or is it do you take 100% control? Like, is it just like a money that we invest into the deal and then you take control, or do the investors have like any say so?
So right now, all the deals, the way they work is all my investors are passive. So they're not active on my flips. I manage the flips. I manage all the rentals and all the projects that are going on. Do you have like a specific example in what kind of scenario where you see yourself wanting to be involved?
No, not at all. I was just asking because I know that's like common, like investors, they invest into a deal and it's just like they let the person just take control. So
I feel like that's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah. So there's two aspects of it. I don't cover it in this. My residential deals, my smaller deals, I don't let my investors, the private investors, dictate the deal, because that's my skill set. And I'm always willing to learn. By no means am I perfect or 100% knowledgeable, but if I gave you the details of the project prior to you investing, the acquisition price, the rehab, the scope of work, the process and timeline as to what's going to take. So that I'm trying to give you everything that you would need to evaluate the deal, but I don't need another hand in the cookie jar. Mine is enough, and I'm pretty good at what I do.
Yeah, that
like I said, I always give updates on the projects. I do a Google Drive. I put pictures up. So you guys, if you were in, let's say you were invested in 123 Main Street, there would be a Google Drive. All the investors would have access to it, and I'll just put pictures of what's going on. What the demo is going on. Where are we in the scope of work, right? So you'll see the project timeline, and you'll see, am I ahead? Am I on target, or am I behind?
Right.
And you guys are more than happy to ask questions off of the details that I keep presenting to you. Now, as far as what you're talking about, when I get into larger projects, apartment buildings, there's something called LP, so that's a limited partner, and then there's something called a GP, general partner. The GP is active. So let's say your skill set, let's say you invest in the deal, I find the deal and you invest in it. But you say, hey, Amit, I have a skill set in finances. So you would say to me, Amit, I want to be a GP. This is my skill set. So we'd evaluate your credentials to manage the financials in this project. And if we as a team feel like, okay, yeah, he can manage the finances in this project, then instead of being essentially a silent passive partner, we put you in a GP role. And now when we have monthly or quarterly meeting with the investors, you would be responsible for getting that data together and being able to present. So that would be your active role. But in my small residential, it's not that nitty gritty, right? It's not that deep.
Right.
Within a few months, we're out of that project. So the multifamily, those deals are a little bit longer, and I will go over those timelines. Any other questions?
Yeah. With your company, do you guys guarantee a return on your investment, like a percentage by any chance, or
legally you can't?
Gotcha.
Because it's an investment, right? It's just like if you were to put your money in stocks. Mm-hmm. The company can't guarantee you. The slide will show it, but I'll tell you now.
A personal guarantee will probably be the closest.
I do a personal guarantee. Right. So what does the personal guarantee mean? It means that if the assets that I have in my investment company are not enough to cover your debt, then you can go after my personal assets, my bank account, my personal home, whatever the case is. I do it because, again, for me, it's an added level of trust between us, right?
A lot of people don't do that either. Like a lot of
they don't.
Yeah.
There's been other investors who have said, hey, I don't need that. I do it because I want you to know that, hey, like, I'm all in with you. Like, I'm not like half-assing this. Like, I'm not, I want you to know, like, man, this guy he's ready to put up his entire livelihood on this deal. So I do it. I encourage you to ask for it. At the end of the day, it's going to be between you and the investor who you're trying to lend to, if they want to do it. But I do the three things. I do a promissory note, a mortgage, and a personal guarantee. I do all three.
I just want to make a point on that because Gary's actually helping everybody get LLCs for the reason of protection.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he's saying that he's literally, you can go after his personal assets.
Right.
After that, all this big bubble
Yeah.
of protection, you can go after his other stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy.
Now I do the same thing too with the stocks too. A lot of times, like not guarantee us, but like TJ, you know, I'll give you all that money we say. Sometimes I don't be that, but I just give you all that too. So that's important.
If I add something in real fast, just to put it in perspective,
Yeah.
like what he really means. As far as like when you're working on your credit, personal and business, when you start getting business credit, you're gonna need a personal guarantee to guarantee for your own business. So it really goes hand in hand.
Yeah. There are like the multi-family deals that we do. We try to put those in non-recourse, meaning I don't personally guarantee on them. Sometimes they'll require it, but now we're utilizing larger bank institutions. So if I cannot personally guarantee it, I won't.
Right.
But when it's individuals such as yourselves, I do the personal guarantee. It's just my comfort level. It just makes me feel better that I'm willing to put it all on the line as well. And that's just my mentality. A lot of people don't, or some don't, whatever the case is. You will come across people who are going to tell you flat out, like, no, I'm not doing a personal guarantee.
Yeah.
So just be aware that the only things you can go after is the asset with that LLC. Another key important thing you want to ask, if they're not willing to do the personal guarantee, ask them how many assets are owned by this LLC. Because what do most people do? Let's say they buy 123 Main Street. They'll go create an LLC that says 123 Main Street LLC.
Yeah.
So what's in that LLC?
Nothing.
Just that property,
Yeah.
which you're lending on. So now, if you're going to have to go foreclose, and there's no personal guarantee, there's no other assets for you to go after. That's another thing you want to make sure you ask. So all of my like fix and flips, I buy them under one LLC, Darji Investments. Now I have all my other assets that are the projects that are going on in there. So it's another layer of security and protection for you guys, knowing like, okay, there are multiple assets in this LLC. While they do have other investors on it, there's also equity on those deals as well. So if 123 Main Street didn't pan out and you need your funds back, you can look across the board and see my other projects that are going on. So, any other questions before we talk about this one?
I do about what
Yeah, go ahead.
the properties under one LLC. Does that put you in a better position to like leverage those properties, or does like the equity change or the value once that goes up? Does that help the company?
So from a valuation perspective, no. I mean, it's just my valuation of the project or what it's going to be, and usually those are in and out. The valuation of the company in terms of like getting credit and stuff.
I'm sorry. I guess that would be for buy and holds more so. What I just said.
So my buy and hold, what I do is they go to another LLC. It's called. So what I do is this: I have Darji Investments, right? Every property is bought from Darji through Darji Investments. Then when we look at the exit strategy, and I generally have 3 exit strategies. So are we going to do a fix and flip? Are we going to do a BRRRR method? Or are we going to do a mortgage on it? Meaning I'm going to hold the note. I'm going to be the bank essentially. So I look at it from 3 different ways.
You're the guarantor.
Yeah. Well, no. So what happens is, so for example, let's say Lillian was your agent, and you were going to buy a house. You would have to have gotten a pre-approval from a bank so that you can get a mortgage to buy that house. What I do is I just become the bank. So let's say you're looking for a house and you find mine. I say to you, I'm like, okay, look, you got to put $20,000 down. Interest rate is 5 years for 30 years. And then now the principal and interest, you pay to me. There's no bank. You don't have to go get a mortgage or anything. I am the mortgage.
You're the mortgage holder.
What do they call that? It's
Seller finance.
What is it?
Seller finance.
There we go. Okay.
So that's one of my exit strategies. So if from Darji Investments, let's say we decide we're going to hold it either through a BRRRR method and turn it into a rental, or we're going to do a seller finance. So from Darji Investments, it moves to Darji Holdings, because that's my holdings company, right? Now Darji Capital funds the Darji Investments, right? When I buy the deal, when I go over to Darji Holdings, your money's returned, okay? Now when it goes over to Darji Holdings, I bring it back to you and say, hey, do you want to be involved? Do you want to lend back on this deal for long term? Right now, your rates aren't going to be as high because I can go to a bank and get better rates. So if you're willing to work on the rates, then you know you're going to have a steady income, stream of income for a long time period. So that's how I do it. So those are my ways that I move the project along. If I'm just going to fix and flip and just sell it, it stays in Darji Investments.
Right.
But always think of it like it's a movement. So like I complete the project here, whoever the investors are, they get returned. Then if they want to come back in on the long term, then they reinvest.
When you say they get returned, this is through you either refinancing, you sold it, something happened.
Correct. Yep. The refinance, so moving from Darji Investments, if I'm going to hold it as a rental, I'll refinance, right? Bring it over to Darji Holdings. In between is the refinance. You know how you have just think of an arrow. That arrow is where the refinance is happening. That's when you're getting your money back out.
Right.
So you're getting all your funds back, and then either you can get into another project in Darji Investments, or you say, hey, keep those funds and keep them long term, but I got more funds for you for Darji Investments for you to buy another deal. So that's how we would move the project along. Ideally, most of my investors are in Darji Investments, and then I go institutional for Darji Holdings. I just get better rates, right? Like I mean,
when you refinance, you go into a bank because you know you could probably get 3%.
Bingo. Yep. So I use I'm using Lending Homes right now. So they do what's called a bridge loan. So they fund my fix and flips, right? Then they also have a long-term portfolio of loans as well. So I'll refinance within the same company with Lending Homes. So they'll take their money.
What's their rates on refinance?
A refinance right now I'm about at 5%.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the credit criteria.
So you never really stand inside of a project that long. You're not really.
No, majority
So
of my projects.
You get the refinance money, and then you already working on the next.
Yeah, like right now we have 6 projects rolling. Right, so they're just.
That's not too much for you, like at one time.
Hell yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're hiring.
That would drive me crazy.
No, I mean, but here's the thing.
What y'all hiring for?
Here's the thing. So here's the thing. Is it a lot? Yeah. I mean, but here's how you gotta look at it. It's a good problem.
Because I could it's just like that would be like whoa.
Yeah, it is. So I could recall a time where, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I was sitting in front of my computer crying, like, man, am I gonna get a deal? So I'd rather have 6 projects going on and worry about that headache. Like, hey, like the business is almost outpacing me. So I've hired a HR consultant. So they're gonna help me bring in team members, right? Employees. So we're actually transitioning. So right now I was doing all 1099s. So I got to restructure my IRA. I got to restructure my business setup because I got to bring on W-2s because we're just growing. Like I can't do all of it myself. Part of that is good crews, right? Like, so when I first started, I was okay working with C, B- contractors because I'm very knowledgeable. Like, if you gave me a piece of land and they say, hey, build me a house, I can physically build you a house. It'll take a while, but I can physically do it.
You were at the sites too.
I was at the sites every day, going, like making sure what was going on because I was new. I wanted to make sure, like, yo, these guys are doing things right. I don't want things getting messed up. Like, inspections come. I don't want us to fail. But then, as like you said, like you asked me, is it too much? What I realized is, okay, when I stepped up to B+, A+ contractors, there was also an increase in price, right? I'm paying almost on average about 15 or 20 G's more on a project. However, that time that I was spending traveling to the sites, meeting the contractors, babysitting essentially, I timed it. I spent one day 5 hours on the road just going to projects. I'm like, 5 hours. I could have went and locked up like 3 more deals. Right. So while in the current time frame, that $20,000 increase in my labor seems significant, but when December hits, I will have 5x what looks like a
That's why
loss.
you say you need a crew too.
Huh?
That's why you say you need a crew.
So I have a crew that I run. It's not in-house, but we are like partnered up.
Yeah, because like you said, if that's 5 hours that somebody else could have been.
So that's exactly what we're doing now.
You're contracting. You have 5 different teams, or
No, one crew, one team that has enough employees to go do all the projects.
Who do you use?
Espinosa Builders.
Espinosa.
But that's what you want to do. So you want to.
So you're not hiring different crews?
No. I mean, I'm always evaluating new crews, right? So.
And you would grade them at grade A.
Yeah, I'm right now only looking for B++, A+ contractors. Like if you're C level, like if I see your work and it's like, you're not even stepping on my job sites.
So you kind of like hacking the system. Right?
Not even for resident small. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You kind of like hacking the system, having like one person and letting them control their team.
Yes.
That's kind of smart.
Yeah, because here's why. So here's why I do that. I'm a big believer, and I don't know how long this is gonna last. Just being honest. When I came into this space, as I had told you, I was driving a lot. I was spending a lot of time away from home. So when I came into the game, I was like, man, I gotta like do this in a way where I can be more with my wife and my kids. So I had this full concept of being virtual. Like if you look at my systems now, it's set up to be virtual. Like I have Ring, the doorbell. Mm-hmm. Them and Home Depot partnered. They came out with something called job security cameras. And so, when you're doing a full renovation, you don't always have the electric on. Like it's cut off because they got to change the meters, the panels, and all that. Well, Home Depot and Ring partnered and came out with this job security kit where it runs off of lithium batteries, the cameras and everything, and it lasts 6 months. They have this thing called like a hotspot, and you can either run it off your Wi-Fi or you can run it off LTE. So I just pay the monthly subscription for the Ring LTE, and now I go into the houses and I put the cameras in all these places so I know what the work's going on. So now my assistant, I tell him, hey, I need an update on the project, like is demo done? He or she just goes into the Ring system, pulls up the cameras, and if I ask if the demo's done, like is it gutted down to the studs, they look at the cameras, yeah, it's done. And that's how I'm managing my projects now. So I'm rolling, so now it keeps me at home base, like in front of my computer where I'm, most successful.
Wow, you cut out another piece because I watch Jerry Norton and he just has people go to his sites. Like he has to hire people to go to the sites and check them out. So you just cut that.
It's a give and take, and here's why I say that. If you're working with C- type of contractors,
you need the physical.
You're still probably gonna have to go out. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like my cameras work for me so I can make payments. When they tell me the demo's done, I just log into the cameras. They go into my software, monday.com. I have it all set up. In progress, they hit done. It's an automation. It triggers a notification in my QuickBooks to release payment for this amount to this contractor because the work was done. So, systems and things are going to be important. We can discuss that in the end of this too, because I got a lot of systems built and how I go about doing it as well. But I'm doing my best to stay virtual. It doesn't seem very likely that that's going to last very long, because the other part that you kind of miss sort of is like this. Like you can have like if you got an idea, you pull your team together, boom, huddle up, and you just bang out that idea, if it's right or wrong for right now to implement or whatnot. So as I'm growing, I also need more stateside one-on-one help, like directly to me. So right now all my stuff is virtual.
And you say you own rentals, right?
Yes.
So you do have rentals. So you want to use C contractors for
no.
Just like to save the $15,000.
Here's the thing.
It's small. You're not really like, you're going to get your investment. You're going to get your return soon, but the $15,000-$20,000, if it can be done in 90 days.
I'll give you this, okay? C- guys they'll get work done. Don't get me wrong, they'll get work done, right? They can frame it. They can probably run the plumbing. They can probably run the electric or whatever, right? But when the sheetrock is up and the trim is up, the baseboards are up, the paint is up. When you go to list that either to sell or to rent, are people going to see the studs or are they going to see the finishes? So that's where I find the lack in expertise with C-level contractors.
Yeah, they take a lot
Their
of
attention to
shortcuts.
detail is not there. I don't care if that house is worth $50,000 or $5 million. My level of quality has to be the same. Like, I don't want a 45 miter cut, like when you're doing the trim work around the door, there be a 1/4 inch gap that they caulked it in. I don't want to see that nonsense. Like, that's not what I want. Do you as a homeowner want to buy a house like that?
I see what you're saying.
Right? Like, if Lillian, being in the investment side of it, knowledgeable, if she goes to a house with, let's say, Gary, and he has no idea of what being in houses, it's her job to point that crap out. Like, yo, like, look at this, look at how they made this cut here. Like, if they didn't take time to do the finish right, how do you think they did the project?
Right.
So what did I have to do in the past? I had to have them go back and redo it.
Yep. It's
a headache.
Yeah.
I lost my, so now remember, I'm paying my investor interest. They're getting a monthly check from me, right? So I'm losing money. Now he's got to go back in, so I'm losing money on the back end because the project's not listed. I got holding costs, I got utilities, I got all these things. I got a headache now.
Yep.
You want to eliminate headaches.
Yep.
Now, by paying that extra 15 G's or whatever, that 20,000,
you're just getting it where you just
I'm gonna get on the back end.
Guaranteeing that 9.
Exactly. And it keeps you into your niche of what you're really good at. Let's say you're really good at finding deals. Then, man, you can spend those extra 5 hours finding deals. So that's how I would go about. That's how I go about it now.
Espinosa, how they spelled?
ESPI.
Say it one more time.
I'll give it to you. I'll email you guys. Don't worry. So the fourth criteria is additionally insured. Okay. So when an investor gets a property that they're going to work on, you want to make sure that they get insurance on the house, because God forbid if they're working, something happens. Let's say it catches on fire. Well, you know, and I both know that the piece of land isn't worth what you invested into the house. The as-is value is now just the land. So why do you want to be additionally insured on the insurance policy? This is why. If that were to happen, what do you think the investor is going to do? He's going to file a claim, right? Now, when he or she files that claim,
you go to the insurance.
To the insurance, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, but now the insurance company knows the first person that has to get paid is the lender.
Right.
Not the investor. Now, if you don't have this policy in place and Gary drops 100 G's on my project, well, who's going to get that check first? Me. Not him. Now he has to trust me to do the right thing and give him the money. But why don't we just remove that trust factor? Because think about the emotional state that I would be in if my project caught on fire. Right? Now I got skin in the game because I invested the rehab money. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, man, I'm going to lose 40 G's on this project because I already put it in. I got this investor. I'm emotionally all over the place. Let's just remove emotion. If you put this in place, the insurance company legally has to pay out the lender first. Has to clear the debt first.
That's not automatic?
No, because when the policy is filed, when the insurance claim is filed, right? Hey, State Farm, my house burned down. I need to put a claim in. They're gonna come do the assessment. Oh, it's worth 100,000. Your claim. Well, he gave me 100 G's. If he's nowhere in the picture of the additionally insured, he's not on the policy.
Right.
Who does State Farm have to work directly with?
Yeah.
That's it. And they don't know that there is a mortgage. They don't know that Gary lended money on the project. They don't know that the lender has to get paid out first. So they're going to hand me the check. Now I have to do the right thing and give him the money.
So you basically
Or try to finish
like
the projects.
Well, think about it at this point.
Give me the bread back.
Yeah, the project is done now. Here's
Give me
why.
the bread back.
The cost to rebuild is going to be greater than the cost it was to renovate.
Right.
So now I'm still gonna be at a loss, but I mean, I know what you're getting
right
to.
now. Then you losing?
And I'm with you, because that's what I would probably do.
Yeah, I'm
But
fix it.
on the surface level, from a protection level, remember, this is about protection, about your protection. You want to make sure you're protected to get your money. Remember I told you, worst case scenarios. That's what you're thinking about. Everybody loves the good. You going to complain when things are going good? Hell no. But the minute a project goes bad, you're going to bring up the 7 things you didn't like about the 7 other projects. Oh, you should have did this on that other project. We could have got 10 more G's. No, just protect yourself. Eliminate the emotional aspects in business.
Systems, baby.
Yeah, so, and these criteria is sort of like your checklist that you need to go through. In the booklet that I'll email you guys, you'll have a much more comprehensive idea of how to go about it. This is me just giving you the surface level details. Okay? So any questions about the additionally insured? No? Okay. So we know of home insurance policy, right? There's something also called title insurance, right? When you buy a property, you get title insurance. Do you have to? You don't have to. There's times where I just do quick claim deeds and then I'll figure out title insurance later. But I know the back end of the project. Like I know the backstory to be comfortable taking that risk. But when people are lending in projects, I don't take that risk. I make sure that you guys are what's called on a lender's policy. So now, this safeguards you against losses and defects that were already existing on that property. So let's say the title company did all their research and homework and due diligence, and they said, hey, property's clear, we can move forward and complete this transaction. So when you buy that property, you bought it free and clear of any judgments, any liens, anything attached to that property is wiped away, it's not there, right? But let's say 6 months into your ownership, a claim had been filed, but the title company never was able to find it. So now this house is clouded. Even though you own it, there's a judgment against this property. Well, the title company told me that there was nothing. Now let's say this judgment is for $100,000. Well, you lend me $100,000, there goes that $100,000 because when I sell it, I have to take care of this judgment. But when you have a lender's title policy, the title company is held liable.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I never understood, well now that you explain it, it's more clear, but I never understood why you have to get a title, like title insurance, and the title company is doing that work. So clearly what you're saying is they're not always correct in pulling.
That's correct.
Yeah, I just
They're
heard
not-
something
they
pop up from like
didn't-
83 on a house. And I'm like, the hell?
So I paid on one of my ones for the LTV or whatever. They didn't pay.
See?
So I had to call them back like, yo, I had to pay a late payment. Why y'all ain't pay the joint? Yeah, I had to go back and pay.
Wow.
And the thing is,
They
a
only
lot
doing none of
of
that
those,
shit.
a lot of those things are run by people.
Regular,
So
yeah,
it's like somebody
call
can make
Kim.
a mistake somewhere. A common problem in Camden that I have when
Oh,
I'm
God.
selling is a lot
Camden's
of
the
things aren't
worst.
recorded.
Yeah.
It's
Camden's
not
the worst.
recorded. So like things were taken care of, but you still gotta call and be like, "What's up? Did it even happen?" Like, it's a lot of different.
Yeah.
Camden getting better. They're getting better.
I don't know about that.
They
I'm
pretty
working on a
much
deal
giving
right
away
now.
houses
They
now.
they jacked my deal up on that. Like bad. I'm mad at them. Like heavy mad. Like I was so upset. I worked on that deal since last April. Was getting ready to close last week, and then the title company has to do what's called a rundown, 48-hour prior rundown. They have to just confirm what they already had ran.
Right.
When they ran it again, now Bank of America, so the mortgage was inactive. It just moved, right? It was not released. I took a chance, right? So I took a calculated financial risk. The mortgage was not released, but it was inactive. So I know what happens when there's mortgages that are inactive, especially when you do a title rundown, and if they don't come back inactive, it's title company's going to null and void that. They're not going to put it up against the property. But when they did their 48-hour prior to closing rundown, Bank of America made it active.
So they see somebody.
So now, where that mortgage wasn't there, it came back on. Now here's what happened. It was 10 siblings, Okay, the mom passed away. There was no probate, no will, no nothing. So I did all that. I hired my attorney. My attorney represented the sellers.
Wow.
So I paid for I paid 14 G's in taxes last year. Like, took a risk. Like, all right, I think this is a deal. I'm going to spend the money. So I didn't even own the property yet, but I paid the taxes so that it doesn't get foreclosed. Right? So I did that. Then obviously I had the lawyer's fees, about $3,000. My time, I've worked on it since April, and now Bank of America made it active because what they likely did is they did a surrogate search, and they saw now that there's a heirship, an executor. So I just made their life literally 10 times easier because I got all 10 siblings, and they're all over the place. Right. Florida, Georgia, here, Jersey, Camden, PA. I literally went to every single person and got them to sign the document. That's what's up. Right? Once I got the document signed, now I gave it all to my attorney, got it all, got the probate done, everything done. But then Bank of America saw it, made that mortgage active, and now I don't have an answer yet, but I've already come to terms that that deal is dead because
this is before title insurance.
Yes. So you will never see a project at that level of risk. You'll never see it.
I like that though.
But I do those kinds of things.
Dirt cheap for doing something like that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna pick it up for like all in like 20. ARV was 185.
Right.
So
good risk.
right. So I mean, look, here's the thing. Here's the reality. Up until that point, I've never taken an L. Like, I've made money on every single deal I've done. There's never been a deal that I haven't made money on. But sometimes you take an L. It is what it is. You eat it and you just move on.
Getting back.
Say that again?
That money you're not getting.
Nah, it's gone. But I pay. I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as a lesson learned. I paid 20 G's for a lesson. I taught myself the lesson, but I learned it.
So
right?
In a different situation, if you did the regular process as far as getting your title insurance, and Bank of America did make that active, it doesn't pertain to you anymore. They can't attach it to the house.
Well, I can still buy it now. I can do a quick claim deed, but I know that that encumbrance is there. So here's a little savvy strategy, right? You take the property, all right? You take it encumbered. I'm already buying it dirt cheap, so whatever, right? So I take it encumbered with that lien. What you can do is, okay, that lien is gonna have a mortgage amount. Let's just say it's $500. What you then do is, you take it encumbered, you renovate the property, and then what you could do is keep that first mortgage in place and then do a seller finance and wrap that mortgage with my mortgage.
Did you already rehab the property?
I haven't done anything.
Oh,
I did not start the rehab. No. I only spent money on getting the project to the point where I can buy it.
Okay.
Right? That's all I've done.
Okay, good.
So I did all that. No, I would never do that.
I thought you rehabbed.
No. I don't go that
That's
far. I mean, I'll put some money up. I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
But I won't go that far. That's too much risk. I mean, I would have rehab at 70 G's. I wasn't dropping 70 G's on a property that I don't own. That's too much risk.
Right.
I'll toss some money out, whatever. You know, if I feel like the payoff is worth it. Like, in the end, I probably could have walked away with like 30 G's, 40 G's is wholesaling it, but you know.
In another like scenario,
I was gonna bring that one to you and to you. I know both of you have Camden buyers, right?
Yeah.
I think. I was gonna bring it to you if you wanted to partner up.
in another scenario, like let's use the mortgage as $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Would you then like what you want to call it, like creative finance it, where you'll be like, okay, listen, I'm gonna carry the mortgage if it's a reasonable number. So maybe let's put it at 50, and you said the house is worth 180. Would you then carry that mortgage, you pay it, and things like that? Like
The first one?
I think Amit is a great resource. I told you guys in the group, like, I think we just should invest with him, take that experience, and then whatever we want to do with it from that point on, we can do with it. Like, we could start building our own private, doing our own private lending and everything like that.